I remember years ago, when I was little, we would often get big snowstorms. We lived not too far from the ocean, so when we got what we called nor'easters, we would sometimes receive over a foot of snow. Usually a nor'easter would bring with it very high winds, which would inevitably leave us with 3 or 4 foot snowbanks. There were many mornings when you couldn't get to work because our road still wasn't plowed yet. In fact, I remember one storm was so bad it drifted high enough that even transports on the 4 lane got stuck in the middle of the highway. That was a doozy. Something else that usually occurred during these bad storms is we would have our power go out. We were lucky because we had a wood stove. Actually, it was more like Nebuchadnezzar's fiery furnace because Dad kept it so hot. Carpet was burned and ceiling tiles were melted because of that beast. You could always find our house, as it was the one with the red glow around it. Power outages were a common occurrence in our neck of the woods. Most people adapted to it and had some important items at the ready. We had candles, a kerosene lantern, matches, and flashlights in case of such an event. If it occurred during the evening, we would read books, do crossword puzzles, play board games, or just stare blindly out the windows. Those were the days. Where we live now, we rarely experience power outages, even though we have some wicked windstorms. This winter we had such a bad windstorm that several big metal highway signs twisted and snapped off their steel supports. We do, however, experience a different, yet more debilitating, outage now than we ever experienced before. The internet. Thanks to Al Gore, since we have moved into our house, we have had the internet go down on various occasions. If you want to turn our house into a raging furnace of anger, the quickest and easiest way is by turning off the internet. You may yell for the children's attention and never get it, but just let our internet provider friends experience issues and look out. We were using the local internet/phone company, but heard that cable internet was more reliable. Lol. I'm not sure where that rumor started, but it is a particular nasty one. The internet is like yesterday's power. In fact, I think some of us would rather have the power go out if we still had internet coverage and full battery power in our devices. This exact thing recently happened to a friend of mine. We have gone days with no internet. Everybody in the house is angry, cranky, lethargic, and bored. Nobody knows what to do with themselves. The internet is so tightly wound into the fabric of our lives that we can hardly live without it. Our friends Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram have left us. Pinterest and LinkedIn are distant memories. We stare wistfully at the computer screen. We keep opening Internet Explorer just in case it's working again. We leave threatening phone messages with our service provider. We stand by the windows and try to use the neighbor's signal. We just can't live without it. What teachable moment can we draw from this? The internet can be a useful tool, but it shouldn't overwhelm our life to where we can't live without it. Thinking back to when the power went out, it was kind of fun, hanging out as a family with nothing else to do. Maybe it isn't so bad to lose the internet once in a while. It will give us a chance to reconnect with our family. And we don't need an app for that.